Tom Hawkins, a single father in his late 30s, was known for his routine. Each morning, he'd walk his spirited retriever, Max, through the quiet woods that bordered their small suburban neighborhood. On this particular morning, fog blanketed the woods, dulling the scent of pine and making the path seem ghostly. As they meandered deeper into the woods, Max's usually lazy morning trot became excited. His ears perked up and he bounded off the path, tail wagging with urgency. Tom felt a jolt of concern, wondering what had gotten into Max. He quickly followed, calling after him. To his shock, Max led him to a small clearing where an officer, a young female cop Tom had often seen on patrol, was slumped against a tree, a deep gash on her side. The sight was sobering, her blood mingling with fallen leaves. Tom's throat tightened as he knelt beside her, checking for signs of life. A faint pulse and shallow breath signaled that she was still clinging on. Tom's mind raced, but years of military service had drilled a calm into him that others often admired. He quickly took off his jacket, applying pressure to the wound, while dialing emergency services. Meanwhile, Max remained at her feet, his head resting softly on her leg, as though willing her to hang on. While waiting for the ambulance, snippets of a life unshared flashed through his mind. A widower, Tom rarely had to think beyond his little world of work, home, and Max. But now, sitting here, keeping someone else's world from shattering, something shifted within him. He realized how much he'd closed himself off from the community and a life that included others. Minutes felt like hours before the sound of sirens echoed through the trees. The paramedics arrived, and amidst the flurry, Tom felt a hand on his shoulder, a silent thank you from the young officer. Her eyes opened just long enough to register her gratitude. Once the officer was safely on her way to the hospital, Tom and Max returned home. The story of their heroics quickly spread. The entire police force honored them, not just for saving one of their own, but for reviving a part of Tom's heart he'd almost forgotten. In the weeks that followed, life took on a new hue for Tom. He walked Max more proudly. When he passed neighbors and officers, he exchanged more than nods. He shared smiles, words, and stories. The evening the officer returned to work, healthy and grateful, Tom was there on the street, Max sitting proudly beside him. In that moment, Tom had undone years of isolating grief and welcomed community warmth.